Nyght ride on the track.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hi, everybody in the chat. What's going on, Big Ant? D. Coleman, I see y'all. Yep, get your drinks, get your cups poured up. It's about to be one of those episodes. I'm excited about this. Got your drink, girl? Oh, look, I got a Coke today. I need me a little caffeine. I'm over here struggling. It's been a day.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make sure y'all share this out. Tune in. Let everybody know that we are here.
Yeah.
We are excited officially. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, in case you guys don't know who we are, this is the ladies of Champagne Confessions. How are you guys doing today or this evening? For real. Look.
You tired?
I'm tired, girl. I'm tired. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it do what it do. So who's right next to me? Introduce yourself, lady.
It's me, Miss Kai. Miss Kai. It's nice to be back to chit chat with you guys and kind of chop it up and come together as a family again on this beautiful Tuesday. I had to think about the day of the week, girl. So it's been a day. So, hey, fellas in the chat, Big Ant D. Coleman, what's going on?
Yeah, it take them a minute to realize that we are here. But yes, I'm Miss Maggie T. And for those that don't know who I am on this channel, if you're new here, we appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. We love it. We love it. We love it. But we're getting ready to get into our topics today. But we always started off, for those that's kind of familiar with us, with a My Mental Space motivational moment. We like to start our day off with something, that would inspire you. And since we're coming on in the evening, something to go to bed with and wake up to in the morning. That way you can start your night on a positive, get your good rest, then you wake up refreshed with that note as well. So, Miss Kai, so lovely, always have something very dear and to heart to put up every time. So we're going to go ahead and allow her to go ahead and give us a little bit about what this is. What is this saying?
Well, look, first off, I chose this because it just appeared at the right moment. I just feel like, Maggie, you and I have a real advantage of being able to talk with each other, frequently because we are business partners. And so, with some of our other friends, they may not talk to us as much, times it's like that, but it's nothing personal. And so for me, it was just a time to check in with a couple of other important people in my life. really good friends. So I always like to just reach out, just check in, due to life. So this came at the right time. So I want to just share this because I want people to really understand the type of person that they are to someone, or and vice versa. Understand, if they have someone like this in their life, then you're really blessed, and you should really cherish that. Okay. So this is titled Bestie. Okay. So Bestie is an irreplaceable person who is by your side throughout life's ups and downs, no matter their troubles. Someone who always listens, never judges, and gives the best advice. You can always count on them for laughs. They're the best secret keepers and tear wipers. A born angel who accepts your weirdness and loves you unconditionally. They encourage you constantly and support you endlessly. One of life's greatest gifts. Okay.
I like that. And that honestly, people holding it down like that is extremely rare.
Yep.
Extremely rare. Rare. So it's like, if you find somebody that holds you down just like that, man, hold on to them. Whether it's your best friend is your lover, your best friend is your mom, your best friend, whoever you consider your best friend, hold on to them, because we need to lean on someone at times. And these friends will be there for you when you're at your lowest.
Your lowest. Woo.
They've seen you through it all. There's no judgment. It's a consistency. They're protecting your back when you're not even around. Those are the friends you need, true and dear to your life. But it's all about that accountability as well, because how you treat somebody is how they're going to treat you. So, they're pouring themselves out to you, and you can't give them the time of the day. I'm just too busy. I can't deal with this right now. My problems are more important. Give that person a little bit of time, even if it's just for a few seconds. Hey, friend, I know I'm busy, but I really wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing, because you never know, that one phone call you just made saved that person's life. Because they've been going through it and don't think nobody is there for them.
And I was going to say, along with that, you said something that reminded me just to remember, the things that we ask for in a friend, look at yourself, what are you? Are you that type of person? We're not perfect, being all of that. We make it so big, because we make it, like you said, even if it's a little bit of time, I don't care if it's 2 minutes, that 2 minutes goes a long way. You don't have to sit on the phone or talk for an hour. It's just really just setting aside, because it's not, guys, it's not going to make or break you. So, let's just make it a habit. So to be that person that we want and that we need as well.
And sometimes we do need a reminder. We get so caught up in ourselves. And what's going on, Miss Pam? And then Dre Murphy. Hello, angels, princes, and queens. How are y'all doing and feeling on this chilly, nice, pretty first day of spring, Tuesday afternoon, evening? Don't feel like the first day of spring. Is it?
Is it the first day of spring?
Well, it's coming up. I thought it was coming up on the 21st. I thought it was always around the 21st. I could be wrong. It don't feel like spring right about now. I can tell you that. Winter was like, nah, boo boo, you ain't getting.
I said, well, what is one or 2 days gonna do? It's not feeling like it now.
Let me see. Spring starts. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Is it?
But like you said, what type of friend are you? Are you attracting that to people? Are you approachable? Can they rely on you? Sometimes you got to give in order to receive, to have that type of friendship. So sometimes we have to remind ourselves that check on your people. You can never be too busy for them. It's 30 damn degrees this morning. Absolutely, D. Coleman. Yes, it was. It was cold.
Yep.
My
It was.
goodness.
It was.
My goodness. So let's go ahead and get right into what we want to talk about, though, because it's going to get juicy. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Put a little flowers in the chat. Let us know that you are here. Next.
Check in.
So, of course, now we have our motivational moment. We also talk about Women's History Month. As you guys know, this is Women's History Month. And we always take a little gander at one of our favorite people or someone in history. We just want to honor women, period. That's what we do. So, of course, everybody knows this person. Well, I still, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't watched The Color Purple yet.
Me either.
Look, I'm behind on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love The Color Purple. It's just life ain't sat me down long enough to sit there through 2 or 3 hours of a movie.
Not yet.
Seriously, not yet. Not yet. So maybe me and you can get together and watch it together, and hug and cry and all that and do all that. But for those that have seen The Color Purple that recently came out, how y'all doing? How you doing tonight? At 11:06, first day of spring. Okay. Thank you for correcting him.
Don't they have some crazy times and weird times that things start daylight savings, first day of spring, gonna start in the middle of the night. But come on, it's
still gonna be cold. Look, tomorrow morning it's gonna be chilly. So don't even get to put on your booty shorts because they said springtime is here. No, winter said no. You ain't getting rid of me yet, honey. You out there barbecuing and labor doing all this and doing all that for the holiday weekend, but you forgot. I still got one more day, so she made sure that cold chill was hitting everybody. Folk putting on coats and you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be spring tomorrow.
It was doing that, Maggie. Oh God. Girl.
Think again, baby. Think again. What's
That's
up?
What it was doing this morning, for real though.
Movie night. Actually, we might do that in the Discord. I'm thinking about maybe doing another movie night where we can all watch it together and chat and have some fun, eat popcorn virtually. I think that'd be a good idea, Pam. A good idea. Thank you for the suggestion. You know,
that's a great idea.
We haven't done that in so long. We haven't. So
a year.
No. Almost. So Fantasia, as everybody, I don't know if you watched the NAACP Image Awards.
Yeah.
That just recently came out. I stopped watching award shows altogether because it's so biased. It's a popularity contest. It's all those things. So it's like I really don't get into it as much, but Fantasia was moved. She was moved by her win. She wasn't even prepared. She went on the stage and was like, I didn't even expect to get this award. So I didn't even come prepared. And that dress is beautiful, but she basically won the NAACP Image Awards honoring Black excellence. You know what that is. But she got the award for, what was it? Come on, Lord. I ain't got it up here, y'all. Oh, here it goes. Award in her dress with the dramatic bow for the color performance in Color Purple. Best actress in that. And I think that was absolutely a beautiful thing. If anybody watched it, was moved by it, she puts her all into her roles. She puts her all into her career, just from how she started off as, we all know her from American Idol.
Yep.
She had like a biography about herself, a documentary about how her life started with that whole entire thing. Fantasia was a teen mom very, very, very early.
I think, was she like 15 or 6? What? Something like that. Was it 15, 16?
It might have been that. It might have been that. And she just, because of that, she had to become a mom quickly. And her education suffered because of it. So Fantasia did not graduate from high school. Fantasia actually couldn't read. She could not read. So raising somebody that, you know, and that's, you would think that illiteracy day and age is, you know, limited to people that might have special needs and things like that. But it's still people that don't get the education, or they're going to school, but now the school has failed them because there is no control over these students anymore. Teachers are retiring, you know, leaving left and right and not giving them that opportunity to learn. And children are no longer fearful of authorities and things like that. So yeah, they'll just let them do whatever in the classroom, on their phones, doing this, talking, laughing, joking, being friends with them. So they're missing a lot of things, especially during this COVID pandemic. These kids are actually a year or two behind as far as what they have been caught up to compared to other countries that, you know, their whole focus is education.
My kids, school to classes, they have to turn they get assigned, like, it's not a locker, it's like, what do you call it? Like, I'll just say a storage type thing.
Oh, so they have to put their phones up.
To turn it, Now, but they allow them to check, just, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them have school activities. They will they won't just lock them down fully. They give them allowed it time to make those, you know, check the phones and things like that. So they don't want the distractions. So they're used to it. But I mean, I didn't have a problem with it as long as, you know, and then you can reach the office and communicate and get a hold of anybody anytime. So I didn't have a problem with it. But my
thing is, you know, so the purpose of this story is she overcame a lot of challenges starting out. When she pretty much, you know, went to audition for American Idol, her family just like drove and sent her to the audition. Didn't know what to expect.
Did you watch her bio? I mean, her movie.
Yes, I watched it. I watched it.
Yeah. And her brother loved her a lot. Yeah.
So she went from, you know, a single mom just trying to make it, do what she need to do out there in the world because she got pregnant, you know, fast, you know, she was fast and doing all this. That could have been her kryptonite. That could have been the end of Fantasia, period. But she decided, you know what, I have an amazing voice. And a lot of people said, you need to audition. She went to that American Idol audition. Of course, she got it. We already know history was made. She's probably one of the most favorite, that's probably the most watched season of American Idol. That was with Jennifer Hudson and a lot of them all together and things like that. She moved me with her voice. She moved me, and I just followed her story ever since. But it was so many people that used to talk about her appearance because she's a dark-skinned lady. She, of course, illiterate. So they dogged her.
They dogged her out. Oh yeah. Even her daughter's father, you know, her oldest daughter, that she had as a teenager, treated her bad. You know, treated her bad. And it's
so she took that fame. She took that fame and of course went through many relationships after that, you know. Some bad relationships. It's you know, toxicity. It attracts that. So she was used to it. So she attracted that. She might have had low self-esteem at some point, but she grew up. She became a grown woman and got her stuff together. She took that fame, got into, you know, her music, movies, this, that, and the other.
She did a lot.
She went back and got her GED, I believe. She started to learn how to read. And I think she enrolled in school, I believe, a rumor before. I didn't really read much into it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
she was like, you know what? I need to finish this for my baby, my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And here she is now, winning Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the
Yep.
way she was saying it, she's like, I didn't even expect this.
She's come a long
She did.
way. And that's the best time is when you least expect it, because the reaction is so natural, and so humble. I love those. I love those. I love them.
Because she's genuine. To me, she just puts me in the mindset that she's a genuine person.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, she found the love of her life that loves the heck out of her.
Yeah, because she's been with him for
a good minute now.
It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm. And the way he talks about her and uplifts her, is always right by her side. You can tell he is there for her.
Yep.
Only. Not for the fame, because you don't hear about him in the news. You don't see him unless she posts them or they doing videos together and
family stuff.
That's one thing about relationships. We so busy trying to put everything out there for everybody to see and hear, because you want everybody, oh, my man, thank you to my man. Keep that a secret though. Privacy, I think, is better for me. You don't need to know who's in your bed. People don't need to know who's in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that peace, because what are you proving when it's on social media? What are you proving when you got to do everything together? Pictures. Can't you enjoy that intimate moment with your significant other, without having to broadcast? I mean, and I was married. People didn't even know. I put it up there, but I'm not going to share my personal life too much. It's none of your business at the end of the day. What's it? It said, Pamela said, my son was so upset when they had her, Jennifer husband at London bottom 3. Yeah. When they had those 3 ladies at the bottom 3, the beautifulest voices there were. He was so upset that his favorite Jennifer Hudson got eliminated, that he boycotted the show. I mean, I felt that was a little bit rigged and for ratings. To show that anybody can get down in that, because ain't no way in the world people wasn't voting for those ladies. Those were amazing voices. But everybody's talent was great. Not to knock anybody else on that panel, but man,
how could you deny that? Like bottom 3 though. That's all we're saying. Like
the bottom 3. If you remember that season, all of that. Yeah. So, well, since we got that, Women's History Month, honoring Miss Fantasia Barrino, check her out on Color Purple if you haven't watched it. I think she did an amazing speech and she sung. So go out there and check her NAACP appearance. I think it was beautiful. But we're going into our hot topic.
Oh, guys. Woo. And I know some of y'all know about this right here. We're going to see though.
So, honey boo-boo, honey child, the hot topic of the day, because you know what, for one thing, I'm really sick of them, because NeNe Leakes and Porsha Williams drama. If anybody didn't know, they had some drama. If you watched, the Housewives of, all them people in my business of Atlanta, knowing we don't live like that here, and y'all just faking it for the camera. But okay, I digress. So let's talk about this. So, of course, the backstory about them. They were on the show together. A lot of drama behind that situation, back and forth friendship. They fucks with each other, they don't. But there's some recent turn of events that kind of happened where, as you guys seen, Porsha and Simon have, I guess, called it quits. Do you guys remember the big, luxurious, amazing African wedding they had, and all the pictures and all the beauty and glitz and glam of it and all this? And we had to live their life through social media, and oh yes, I met my king and she's my queen. Please to be. All of that, yeah.
But
But it's for the cameras, baby. Cause
look,
y'all gotta bring me up to date on the tea.
No, listen.
So let's talk about Simon and Porsha's relationships first. So those, what kind of happened, with that. So they recently filed for a divorce. Well, actually, before the divorce filing, there was basically some news, some tea going out that this man is a fraudster.
Yep.
He can't even get his citizenship here in Georgia, in United States.
United States.
So let me see. What does he own and things like that?
Pull it up.
So I'm gonna pull it up. Like what he went to, like fraud and everything else. Let me get the little T on there for y'all to hear about it. But it is being alleged that Simon's company, Simco Petroleum Limited Company, has an outstanding balance in the amount of extreme debt. Just there's a big lawsuit against him. He has past fraud crimes and denied U.S. citizenship, and is being alleged that Simon's company has an outstanding balance of $8,100 and that's a lot of money. That's almost $1 million in debt.
Yeah.
Huge outstanding balance. It says, according to court documents obtained by Radar Online, the lawsuit, which was first revealed by YouTube's Tisa Tales, I don't know who that is, a fractional aircraft program, and engages in the business of selling and leasing fractional interest in private jets in the NetJets fractional program, which provides use of the plane to multiple owners who are responsible for sharing cost. The lawsuit explains Simon's company agreed to lease a Cessna Citation with 12.5% interest. The following year, in July 2021, the company agreed to up that matter to 15.62%. But NetJets Aviation Incorporated said in its January 26 filing that the defendants breached the terms of the program agreement by failing to timely pay to plaintiffs all amounts due under the program's agreement. So he's agreeing to pay the tab of many things. At the time of the termination of the program agreement, defendants owed the plaintiff's amount of almost $1 million under the terms of programs agreements. The two companies made a deal in which Simon Business agreed to make monthly payments until its past due balance was settled. So, however, after making only one payment of $25,000, the company stopped paying.
Yep.
So, legal fees and everything else like that. And then, of course, Porsha announced that she was leaving Simon after, she has to tell you something, how I was saying, one of the producers of Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all know her, that it was not a surprise. And I guess from what I know, they signed a prenup, and this is pretty much protecting her assets, But it's a publicity thing. It's a publicity thing. But the tea about this one is, though, that kind of breaks it down a little bit more. So y'all know NeNe Leakes. She's Miss Drama Queen. She's the denominator in all their drama, all the beef on Love and Hip, Housewives. So there was recently a picture. Did you put that up? Yeah, you put it in there. Yes. So this is NeNe and, soon to be ex-husband Simon with the new boo on a date together, an outing. They so happened to, hook up and get together right after that. It's just ironic that they're together, but NeNe put out a video as well. So it's kind of like, oh, the timing is all but perfect. You know, but she's, oh, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what's going on. That's her attitude about things. So it's like, okay. So go ahead, Kai. So you watched the video. You know, what's the beef between her and Porsha?
Well, I don't know, and NeNe doesn't know. She on the video, she explained that her along with Porsha got invited to be cameos in the TV show, the Upshaws with Kim Fields and Mike Epps. So Kim Fields was the director, I think she said, for that particular show. And so she said she was excited because she heard that Porsha was going to be, working alongside her in the on that part. So she said she was excited. She was like, "Oh, we're gonna kill it." Porsha and I'm so excited to see her. But then she learned that, so the producers came in and asked her, "Hey, you have some issues with any of the ladies from the Real Housewives, anybody?" And she was like, no, nobody. They asked her if she had issues with Kim Zolciak, Marlo Hampton, Cynthia Bailey, and she said she had just spoken to Kim. She often speaks to Cynthia and Marlo often as well. So just no issues with anybody. And so that's when I guess they told her that pretty much Porsha had informed them that she couldn't be a part of it because she's had too many issues with NeNe in the past. And so she was shocked because she didn't know or understand where that came from, that particular comment came from. She was like, "We've never had any real beef." She was like, "Your real beef was with, just naming a few other ladies from the show." And she was like, "We may have had some little tit or tat or whatever, but I mean, it's reality TV. We never had anything major." And so once she learned that, like I said, she said that she was shocked. She said because her and Porsha had frequently double dated together, hung out, they were in Dubai at the same time, they hung out. They went to Las Vegas to Usher's concert, hung out together there, went there. She just said she did not know where that came from. And so she texted Porsha. Porsha then stated, she was just asking her why, this and that. Porsha told her, we had beef because she was like, she mentioned that NeNe, she was like, "I was going through my divorce and you didn't reach out to little sis." And so
it was personal.
Yeah. So she was like, "Well, I didn't know you were going through a divorce. I thought, she said, last time I saw you, you were all smiles. Everything was good." She said, "I saw maybe y'all two might have been going through something, but not on that level, just not on to where you were divorcing." She was like, "I didn't know about that." And she was like, Yami or Yanni, whatever NeNe's boyfriend's name is,
has a relationship with Simon.
She was not hanging out with them. She doesn't know whoever he's dating or whoever else. She says she doesn't hang out with Simon. But her significant other or partner hangs out with Simon. And
but you see my face though. Do you see my face though?
So that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what she's saying and everything else, but come on. If these guys are still buddies and hanging out, you knew about that divorce. Let's keep it real. It was all over social media. It's all over everywhere.
I don't know.
TMZ. It's, I feel like for one thing, I think it's just publicity, anything for the show anyway. Bottom line. They get ready to do that again. And, I think NeNe is coming back or whatever they're saying. There's some rumors that the gangs get, whatever.
Yeah.
Bottom line, these folks are phony.
But she
and
said
faith.
that
Watch Porsha
when
have a show for herself and all that kind of stuff. You're gonna see.
she said Porsha was a Bravo Larity. A Bravo Larity, that's her celebrity. That's all she gets her, But she said that what did NeNe say? Oh, I guess, when Porsha first appeared on the show years ago, she was married the first time. And she said she was going through her divorce then. And she said she, reached out, to production on her own, put herself out there to not let Porsha go, for her to stay, just advocating for her. So I don't know. She just mentioned quite a few things there.
Well, but do you believe it? Do you believe it, fans? Do you really truly believe that?
Put it in the chat, y'all. What y'all think? They like, we don't know.
I think it's all
nonsense
bullshit
to them, I guess.
It's bullshit. It's just to sell some tickets and sell the show. Some people she gonna come through her love. I'm Porsha. I'm divorced now, y'all. Oh, my struggle show. We'll see. We'll see. Whatever. Like that drama right there, though. But what I'm so sick of seeing that man. He just breaking down, saying, "Oh, I would never. I loved her. I would never do this." Now you with a whole different lady that fast already, and then of course TMZ is eating it all up because it's all over. Everywhere, everything that he do. Oh, he's out there having dinner and on a yacht with this person. People are opportunists. That's all it is. Yeah. So they just saw that publicity that came from behind it. I wish somebody would follow me behind with a camera, man. Shoot, y'all can learn my life.
Porsha said that I heard that
it was
Porsha stated that for NeNe better stop talking before she started talking or something like that. I don't know.
It was about her husband too, her soon-to-be ex-husband. She said they better stop all that talking and yapping before she come out with the truth. So it's building up for the show now.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. But let's go ahead and get into the main purpose of the show. Just want to kind of get into this hot topic because it is just crazy. But what we want to talk about today is the dangers of using ride shares. Everybody's been kind of, getting that together and, trying to save on gas. So it's like they'll hop up the street in an Uber or, they're drinking. They want to go out and have fun with their friends. So they decide, you know what? I need a ride share because I don't want to drive. Well, for the most part, that's safe. That's a safe way of doing it. But if you are going to be careless in riding ride share because you just feel like, oh, they do background checks, I'm safe, I'm good, think again. So we're getting ready to talk about the dangers of using ride shares. And I have a little bit of an article that recently happened. Everybody, for those of you who are local to Atlanta, this just happened at Hartsfield Airport. So it was basically recently. Here it is.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
They just reported this actually today. So basically the article says that there are people now that are posing as Uber and Lyft drivers at the airport and picking people up that way. And people are reluctantly following these individuals and getting in their vehicles. Like, you are my rare ride share person. So, the lady was basically said, I did not feel like his intentions were to get me safely home. At a look at fake ride share drivers at Atlanta's airport. There is a such thing. And you guys know how busy the airport is. You're just trying to get home. You're tired. You got jet lag. You hoping the car that you're getting in, especially for the ones that are not even close to the airport, hours away. I know people that go from Hartsfield and have to drive out sometime. And you are putting your life at risk getting into these cars
Mm-hmm.
with Uber sharing, Lyft sharing. So it says police are warning travelers to be wary of people offering to take them home, as imposters could be putting passengers at risk. The Atlanta Live investigator Savannah Lowen said the issue firsthand, capturing the interactions with a hidden camera. So they've been having hidden cameras and investigations. They've been trying to catch these people. But the base of the story said that one of the drivers, the story was, it struck me as just very odd because I know how the systems work. So just somebody that usually use Lyft. So they're like, you know what could go wrong here? Where you go to a certain section in Atlanta airport, Nicole Fraser said that's when she was approached in a similar way by a driver. So, you know, what they do is they park the cars, typically drivers, because there's so many cars coming in for pickup. Now they have to kind of get out of their cars and say, hey, I'm your, Lyft driver.
Yeah.
You know, but they're supposed to have your name and everything. Hey, Susan.
Your information. Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but it's people now taking a heed to that and standing there like, hey, or you need to get home. You don't have an Uber account, you know, things like that. So now they're approaching these people like, I'm your rider. Oh, yeah. And imagine it's the international airport at that.
Yep.
So you got people that don't speak the languages in and out of this. You know, they have to go to the local hotels because it was a layover or whatever. Can you imagine that?
Mm-mm.
So they say he watched in the corner by the exit door where the baggage claim was. So it's kind of where people, you already know, they're picking up their luggage. They got to go somewhere. I was very fearful for my life. It did not feel like his intentions were to get me safely home. There was no security around me to even go at that time. She said she questioned the Atlanta Police Department about the presence of fake rideshare drivers. Authorities confirmed that they are aware that this is happening. Aware, but the safety things that are taking place, obviously there is. I know at one point the Atlanta airport had some construction or something going on the outside where they was redirecting people to different areas. So it's a lot of road work and renovations to the airport. And now they're directing this traffic of people that go pick up their cars or rides and things like that, the kissing rides in different area that apparently, okay, of course, anybody that went to Hartsville, you know how unsecure that is for baggage claim. It's just a lot of people in and out, a lot of people. You barely see any officers and things like that. Let's just keep it real. So, yeah. So they're picking up people and God knows what.
I have a question to that. Like, you know how these systems are supposed to work? Like, at what point, you know, it has to sound funny to you. You know, something has to be weird about when people approach you like that. If they can't show you any kind of proof of, they should have your information, where you're trying to go, you know, and just certain things, just like you're supposed to know and be able to confirm certain information.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fact. Like, I don't know how anything like that can work without the two. Nobody can tell me that's just, and I know I just want to know, like, how do you get led to believe in a person like that?
Apparently this Mengostu Zazar, and he's one of them. They picked up 6 total.
Wait,
according to
one
Atlanta
of
police.
The victims?
No, he's one of the fake drivers.
The fake drivers. Okay.
Records show he's facing multiple charges this year alone for trying to entice travelers into his car illegally. He even took off with one couple's luggage when airport security tried to intervene, according to reports. Turns out Zazar has a long rap sheet. His criminal record shows more than 100 charges spanning several years, including assault, residential robbery, DUI, terroristic threats, drug possession, fraud. Also, arrest warrants listing him as a sexually violent predator and escape risk with violent tendencies, identifying him as an armed and dangerous. These people are just roaming the streets.
And now I got these teen accounts now.
Yeah. Now we got these teen accounts, and
I couldn't put my kid in on. That's me. I mean,
and that's, so just imagine you're out with your people and you decide to drink a little bit, and everybody to go call an Uber, get them home. We're finna get ready and get into some of this ride sharing information, what's dangerous about it. But Lisa Thompson said, my only two comments about ride sharing. First off, they have the features where you can share your ride to people, and Uber has it where there's a code you can give the driver. Uber has it where you set up codes, you get a code to the driver if it doesn't match with the driver, because they enter it and will give the driver your destinations. A lot of people don't know that though. So these are hidden features that a lot of people don't know. So it's like, it's up to the platforms to better educate their members. Don't just ride and call it and all that kind of stuff. There was a Netflix movie about something like that. I guarantee it. It said, I don't use Lyft, we use Uber. And every time I use it, they have my name, and I gave them my 4-digit code. So she has it where she set it up. So we're going to go into how you can protect yourself from it. Make sure they're driving the right car. Make sure it's the right driver. Ask their name. Check the plates. We tag checkers and picture checkers on this side of the world. Oh, we tag checkers and you're getting me all tongue tied, honey. But yeah, checking those tags is the main thing for one thing. And they're going to show their profile picture. So you'll be able to kind of look at them like, does this look like the person on the picture? And honestly, you need them to say, hey, are you Maggie?
Yeah.
Hey, you that Ryder? Come on, people. All the rideshare tells you what the make and model of the vehicle. Of course, do all business through the app, no exceptions. On both Lyft and Uber, you have pictures. That's why I said, yeah. So you get all the make and models of it and everything. So apparently this is a big thing, though. They have arrested several people in the Atlanta airport. Now you're sitting your boo-boos to going away with daddy. And they're standing there by themselves at, that little area right there when they come off the plane. Yeah. And it's like, right there where you're holding up your sign, like I'm this person. They have those the little banners. Hey, I'm picking up this person. You got to be careful about every little detail. Everything. You got to show me some. You got to, if you're gonna be like that, you picking me up and transport me. You got to show me something. I'm not gonna just hop in a ride because I'm just that desperate and need to get home. I will call family and friends and sit there for 2 hours.
Right.
Stranded.
I'm not going.
Or ride that motor bus and keep it moving. Because I am not getting in with you, Habib. Okay. So, but we want to go ahead and just kind of get into the dangers of it. I know some people kind of, threw it out there, but
let's see.
So we're going to start off with criminals posing as Lyft and Uber drivers. We already kind of talked about that. But there is basically, I have some facts and things like that I wanted to bring up, kind of give you some news and just put a little bit alert in your heart. If you're always using Uber and Lyft and everything, you kind of need to be a little bit more aware that honestly, they're keeping it on the hush. They're not even really reporting it. They don't really want you to know that crime is going on with these rideshare apps. So I just sent something to her, but here's some facts that you might not even been aware of. So it shows here that,
let's see,
55%. Okay, here it goes. There are a total of fatalities when riding Lyft. This is like a 2019 and 2020. There was 20 total different type of fatalities. So there's speed speeding, not paying attention, doing too much talking, the passenger being distracted, distracting, etc., etc. So there have been reports of death with share riding, because you're putting your life in the hands of somebody else behind the wheel, for one thing. There has been a spike of 3,824 sexual assaults were reported in Uber trips. And Uber has not issued a safety report since 2020. And this article is actually February 21st, 2024.
For this year?
This is called Bank Rate. This is where I got this article from. So they're pulling records from recent time that they're not reporting what's happening. They put all these safety features and everything else, but yeah. Did you know that was happening?
Well, now you know.
It says here, between 2017 and 2019, Lyft received 10 reports of fatal physical assaults, and in 1,096 of reports of sexual assault. So
that's crazy.
And they're still not reporting it.
That is mind-blowing.
So it basically has been reports of either the passenger is attacking the Lyft or Uber driver.
Yep.
Or, they go through their background and everything else. But I've heard a lot of people say, it seems like when I got into this vehicle, they were going in a different direction away from my destination. I've heard that quite a few times. And it's scary out there. It's scary because, you want to put your little, your Ray and Book in them and now to get them to grandma's house. But no, you trust in that Lyft ride, and okay, I know he's going to make it because the app says it will.
That's scary. I mean, sometimes your back is up against the wall. You don't have no choice but to do, use the ride sharing service. But I mean, we taking chances on anything throughout life, period. And I understand
and of course, not saying that using a Lyft and an Uber is a bad thing, but we're going to teach you how to.
Yeah,
we want to teach you about the safety of riding it, the best way that you can, get the best out of that situation, because people can't, people have to use it. That's their mode of transportation at this point. So it's like, we just want you to be a bit more vigilant to it, because there's child, abductions, sex traffickers. It's so much happening right now. Now they're finding avenues and ways to get to those people a little bit quicker. It's like, oh, I see somebody looking at their phone, checking for cars. No, you're already, so it's like, it's the body language that you're doing. So you're already looking like you're by yourself. You look vulnerable. You weigh a buck this. You don't look like you're turning your back away from things. You're not paying attention to your surroundings already.
Yeah.
So you're already looking like a target.
Yep.
You can't look so available for one thing. You pick up your phone and talk to somebody. What you got to do is, there's some steps that we're going to teach you about how to ride safely. Just got to be careful. Absolutely. So it says, wait for your ride inside.
Yep.
So stay indoors while requesting your ride, especially at night.
Yep. Most definitely.
Most important.
Definitely.
Because the app will tell you have, I think it notifies you ahead of time when it's going to come. It's 1 minute away. Your driver's pulling up in a minute. Be outside, that type of thing. So it announces when they're arriving. So no, you're not out there unsafe, just in the dark, waiting on your ride. Oh, I'm calling my Uber. Hold on, y'all. I'll see y'all later. And you depart from your friends waiting on that Uber. No, stay in there with them. I'm waiting on my ride. Give me a moment before it picks up. Next, verify your ride. Confirm your ride by using, of course, what Lisa said, PIN verification service, which requires driver to enter your present PIN number before beginning these trips, and confirm the car's license plate number before entering the vehicle. But see, that's a feature that you have to, I guess, be a frequent user to know that it's happening. I don't think it's readily available to everybody just to say, here's a PIN number. Because I've used Lyft and Uber, and it's never asked me for a PIN. It'll just say your driver is this is your license plate tag and things like that.
Yeah.
But these features have to be a bit more broadcast and promoted so these people will know that these things are in place on these rideshare apps. And Mucho Grande said, got to ask a question, the name of the driver, type and color of vehicle, and pay. Oh, okay. I thought you would ask the question. Attention to not, and not being into your phone. Of course, wear a seatbelt, because we're not just talking about your, just somebody snatching you up safety, how they're driving safety. So wear a seatbelt. When you're sitting in the back seat of the car, make sure your seatbelt is secured and fastened, because you don't know who this person is driving you to where you're going. Then share your plans. That's most important. Pick a pinpoint somebody that whenever you're going somewhere, especially at a certain time at night, you got to let that person know. We got these apps now where you already sharing your location whatsoever, but take it a step further and share your trip details. You can do that through the app. You can let them know, I'm going to be at this location at this time, but here's my shared link of my location so you can watch me, so you can see my destination. So you need to check in with your people and say, I'm here. Thank you. I've made it. I'm 10 minutes away. Speak, communicate, let everybody know about your plans, because let them know you're going to take an Uber and your ETA of what time you're going to arrive, this and that. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Inform your driver. That's another thing. So not only are you informing your people, your loved ones, that I'm getting out there to go out and party tonight, so I'm gonna take a lift home. Now also inform your driver. Tell your driver that you're sharing the trip details with somebody. Criminals are less likely to act if they know there's a high likelihood of getting caught. I bet you guys didn't know that. I mean, they didn't think about that. You're thinking about the safety and letting your friends know, but oh yeah, I'm sharing this trip. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and let my mom know I'm on the way, type of deal.
Yep.
There's a discreet way you can do it. You ain't got to say, hey buddy, I'm recording you. You ain't got to do nothing like that, but let them know. Oh yeah, I'm on the phone with somebody right now. Oh, hey, I just got in the car with Billy. Yep, I'll be there in a minute. Letting them know I'm telling whoever what I'm doing. And I'm letting you know that people know what I'm doing. Lisa said, a lot of drivers have a Uber or Lyft dash light for nighttime driving. People need to pay attention to look at the make model of that car. You don't get into the car without getting in the, without getting the car information. I hear you, Lisa. I actually missed the groom transportation from Atlanta to Columbus. I had it called. I had to call Lyft and had my daughter from Texas follow me and me and her phone all the way to Columbus. When they send you a driver, a lot of them have cameras in their cars now, and they do, so there are some safety measures they're putting out there. But see, the people that's not really Uber user and things like that, they wouldn't really know about all these features, so it's like, I just need a quick ride to get to where I'm coming from the airport or wherever I'm going, friends and a group of people going together, have lunch somewhere. So it's around the block. I don't feel like driving. I had too much to drink. My eyes are dilated from the, vision office. You never know what's so happening. I'm not feeling that well. So I think I need to be transported to the emergency room. There's so many uses for the app, but not everybody knows the make and model of those apps, as well as keep your personal information to yourself. That's a big one. Because we get in these cars and, woo, my boyfriend left me. Oh, my God. Y'all want to hear my story? I'm thank you for picking me up, because I had a long day. I'm going to go home, finna watch my TV in the big screen, this, that, and the other. I'm home alone. I'm finna kick back and, watch the conversation you are having with these total strangers.
And they're collecting all the data that
the data. They already got your address.
They remember. They can see where,
And they said it's time to talk with the driver, but don't reveal personal information during the course of that conversation. You just got to be very, very careful about the details of what you're talking about. And then plan for the worst. Come up with a plan and a signal for yourself and your family members to quickly communicate and remove yourselves from any potentially unsafe situation. So what they're saying is, trust your instincts. You get it, it's like, okay, everything, the box is checked. Seems like the driver, I matched everything, but you still don't know what the mental is behind these people. They might not have a rap sheet because they ain't got caught. Or they're having, letting their boyfriends use their car to ride around and make money. And so it's not even that person that's supposed to be driving that vehicle. You don't know who's behind that. But it says, if you feel unsafe for any reason, ask the driver to pull over and end the ride. And actually, you can also press an emergency button on the Uber app to call for help. So it calls for help. You can cancel your ride. It will end the ride and everything. And then shoot. I mean, sometimes you got to do it. If you feel that unsafe, you better roll that window down or whatever you got to do, but get out of that car as soon as possible, as much as you can. Folks, and folks really be drunk. And they'll go in there and be laid out like this. Weak. Don't know where you're coming or going. And you back there not even watching the roads or where you're going, and your phone's dead. You didn't charge it up, and you're just, people, we got to do better. Got to do better. Got to do better.
Yep.
Gotta
pay attention.
So that was for, you as the passenger protecting yourself. But drivers, if you are a Lyft and Uber driver, Uber Eats, Instacart, whatever, it happens. It's not even just ride sharing, food deliveries and anything that you're doing to make your hard-earned money. That's what you do. Plan ahead. Drivers, you got to plan ahead. Prepare for different potential passenger situations by writing down a plan for how you will handle each one. So it's different personalities. You don't know, this man had a bad day. You don't know if he just robbed a bank somewhere.
Until you see it on the news when you get in the house and you turn that TV on.
It's like, damn, I had that man in my car. And then you're back. Not for the ones that don't have a camera cam in their car, but your back is against, they're seeing your backside. So anybody can just kind of lean in and bop, grab you, anything while you're driving. Of course, you taking that risk with somebody behind the wheel and then you letting them, you a fool for that. But there's ways that people can kind of sneak in before you even take off and rob you. It's been so many drivers that say, yep, I was robbed for whatever I had delivering groceries or things like that. Screen your passengers. So now they have it where apps can rate these people. You don't know it, you don't see it, but you can, rate your rider. So they get a bad reputation as well. So it's like, oh no, you got bad, 2 stars, not picking you up. Uber and Lyft allow you to see passengers' ratings before deciding whether or not to accept a fare. Don't be afraid to pass if the requesting rider's rate is low. Many rider drivers consider ratings lower than 4.6 to be low. So, that's just protecting that driver. So glad that's there. If you encounter a passenger who acts poorly or makes you uncomfortable, you may want to give them a low rating to send a signal to other drivers. So, of course, you got to be the advocate for yourself. If he's been a bitch, pissing you, he just came in here and he was just unruly. He was just a mess. He had you waiting, all that. Rate him. Don't feel bad they rate you. Rate them, because that's going to help the next rider, the driver that's going to pick up that person and say, yo, yeah, they're difficult. I don't, not safe. Please. And then, of course, you can also reach out to your rideshare company and let them know. So you can call them and let them know, hey, Tyrone is a problem. I think his app needs to be discontinued and etc. As well as listen to your gut. If a passenger is making you feel unsafe, pull over in a safe, populated location and end the ride. So squeeze
Right.
on into that Walmart parking lot. Go right there to that quick trip. You know what? Our time is done. Thank you. That way
Right.
you're in a place where there's a lot of cameras, things like that. So if you're not safe, they got your license plate on, and everything. So whatever happens, there's something there. Everybody's out there, be able to see what's going on. So you just want to protect yourself as a driver as well. Evaluate behavior. Pay attention to how your passengers act. This can help you get out of dangerous situations. So, eye contact, you know, lean back and look at them. Okay, you wearing a black shirt and red cap. How you doing? You really got to engage with them just to let them know I see you. I'm not just over here being your driver, but I'm paying attention. Oh, you're Maggie. Okay, cool. I see you. Come on in. So,
Mhm.
put safety features for your own self. Well, they have to repeat themselves and match you or whatever you got to do to make yourself safe. If you got to show you an ID, can I see some ID real quick? Just want to make sure,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
they will put other people to ride in those rides. They're doing it for a friend. So it's like, wait a minute. Can you get her on the phone real quick? Can you call, find some type of safety measure to kind of get you, you know, safe as well as a driver, people. Even if the
Now,
app has certain things, you just got to be a step ahead. Go ahead, Kai.
the first time I rode in the ride share, I mean, we were in Vegas and I was with my husband, so I feel safe, but even with that, because he is like Mr. Big Safety. I'm talking about you go anywhere with him, he's looking around, safety. I'm talking about on everybody, man, woman, it don't matter. But they have a place where you stand out when your hotels, when you're in and out, coming in and out of
Mm-hmm.
the hotels, going out into the town or whatever. They have those designated ride share places.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we would check when our plane landed into Vegas, and it's so busy there. So you're looking and we're checking and, you're thinking a couple of times we were like, okay, no, this isn't our car. Make sure, you just dotting all your T's and, crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. And like I said, the type of car that you're getting into, all of those things
Plays a factor.
match,
Mm-hmm.
So it was just because it's busy. People are in a rush, trying
Yeah.
to get here and get there. And you can easily, especially if you're on the phone and you just see something that comes available, you're like, okay, I can just tell them, take me here. And I'm back to my conversation and I'm just
Yeah.
going to be on the phone until they drop me off. Well, we can't be that naive anymore.
Yeah.
These are not the times to play with. These
Mm-hmm.
are the times to use our common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of, these people out here. I mean, you have some that are very, very good at what they do. I'm talking about very, very good.
Yeah.
Very,
Um.
very to where
Mm-hmm.
it is almost believable.
Yeah.
But
So, um. So we kind of went through the steps to stay safe doing a ride share. I'm glad you guys kind of got that. And what I did was drop the link in the chat because I kind of want to hear your stories. Have you encountered a uncomfortable ride before if you're using ride
situation,
share?
yeah.
Tell us about it. I want to hear it. Of course, we're going to get into some apps. I guess they're saying there are some apps. One of it is actually something that
Women.
just got invented not too long ago. But basically, amid reports of sexual assault, there is an Atlanta Lyft driver founded a ride share app just for women. Now, her name is Juliet Anderson, co-founder of Her Ride, and it's HERIDE. A female-centered driving app operating in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's actually in Atlanta, people. But Uber and Lyft can pick up passengers from all over the world at any time. However, drivers tends to be male, and the riders have little to say in the matter. That's why after hearing stories of assault and harassment from female rideshare passengers and drivers alike, so it's not just the passengers, but it's also the drivers, former basketball player and Lyft driver Julian Anderson co-founded Her Ride, a female-centric driving app operating in Atlanta. So this app basically, from what I hear, it's only for women. So you have female drivers and you have female passengers. And I think it's for transgender ladies as well. But if you identify as a lady, a female, this app is Her Ride. If anybody didn't know about that, look it up. So, but it's just basically, it's another ride sharing app that she used purposely. That way you're a little bit more comfortable riding behind a lady versus a male. Maybe that's intimidating, and it's cutting down on the assault part of things, because like we said, these ladies are coming out of these bars, drinking high, lost a boyfriend, emotional, mentally unstable, naive, because, there's really no age limit to these riders and things like that. So,
yeah.
So it's like these predators are taking advantage of the situation. Like, oh, I can get anybody in this car with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. Hey, I'm your Uber rider, driver. Come on over here.
Yep.
And that's over 3,000 sexual assault cases, physical, sexual, since this app has been about. And that's the reported ones. It says, side note, also be careful pumping your gas at these pumps, as well as keep your eye up and looking around. That's why last season, I think we're going to bring Phaedra back again.
Phaedra.
Phaedra. I don't know why I call it that. Phaedra. She talked about sex trafficking, and she's a sex trafficking advocate where she brings awareness to it. But the reason why we wanted to have this conversation is because you can't think that everything that you're doing is completely safe. Just because you feel like, okay, Uber and Lyft does these background checks and things like that, but there are criminals will find their way to do it, or you wouldn't have these issues, or you wouldn't have these cases, or the driver is fine, but it's the passenger that you're picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I always tell you, carry. If you're going to be amongst that, carry. I'm telling you guys, get your weapons now. Go ahead and get to that gun range and practice and everything. And I'm taking it serious. These people are getting very bold now. So protect yourself. Wear your peace.
Yep.
Definitely.
Getting bold.
Get bold. So yeah, that's Her Ride. If y'all want to look it up, that is for now. I have to see there are some male apps too, but they are saying there are 4 apps that they have out there that can help you stay safe.
I ain't trying to knock it down. I know she's doing it for women to feel safe, but women are some cons too, and because they're looking at these easy platforms. To them, it's an easy way to get in. Oh, they're supposed to be trusted, so I can play in. Just don't be naive just because it's a female, it's a woman. So that's
my Lisa. Lies. It doesn't matter the sex. I had a foreign woman when I was pregnant. She was, well, of course. We're just talking about.
Well, yeah.
I get what you're saying. I wouldn't knock anybody's hustle. It's like she's just bringing more awareness to. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's other inventions. I'm only highlighting what I first saw. Okay, so we're not alienating the guys as well. But I just thought that there are apps out there that people need to be aware of to kind of protect their daughter, their loved ones, things like that. So this information is for everyone, but if we can highlight some different apps that can alternates they can go with, that's your little girl you're going to be put in that car once she's going to be riding that. So it's like, would you feel better? They have made these extra steps to make sure that everybody's protected. And when you boycott and challenge these apps, they have to put those safety features and things, accommodations to their applications, because look, they're not reporting these cases, but they want the money. So it's like, we got to keep innovating and make sure that our drivers and riders are safe. Let me see, they have a list of them real quick.
Yeah, it's just doing your due diligence. I can't even get the word out. Your due diligence on protecting yourself, and putting your safety first, no matter what. Woman, man, you just need to practice those things regardless. Pretty much, at the end of the day.
And that's true, Lisa. Remember, there's more women that are trafficking females, of course. So it's like, it's no gender to it, but like I said, Lisa, it's an app that is featured. I'm going to go into a few more as well. There's an app called KiteString, KITESTRING, KiteString. It's more of a service that is a smartphone application existing only via SMS, so it's texting. The service is the initiative user can ask KiteString to check up on them via text. And they'll text you at that set time. If the user doesn't respond, KiteStrings alerts the emergency contact that have been set up ahead of time. So, you can set it up and say, hey, check on me real quick. If the user doesn't respond, so you give it a certain time, like, I'm going to be here at 7:00. Hey, KiteString, can you check on me real quick? So basically, it's a security on top of security to check on you, because you knew you're supposed to be at that destination at 7 p.m. So KiteString will, okay, are you okay? No response via text. So it's very discreet. It's very quiet. You're on your phone anyway, watching videos, whatever. KiteString is like, she's not responding. Emergency. The free version comes with 3 trips and 1 emergency contact, while the $3 a month, which is not bad, plan has unlimited trips and emergency contacts. So you can set up your emergency contacts. So these are apps that you probably was not aware. So once again, that is called KiteString. Okay, KiteString. And I'll put these apps in the description and on the video after we end here. There's another one called Circle of Six. Circle of Six was originally designed for college students to prevent sexual assault, according to the website. The smartphone app allows users to add up to 6 contacts to join the circle of people who will receive pre-programmed messages, so it's still text messages, when a certain icon is pressed in the app. Pressing the pin icon sends the text, come and get me. I need help getting home safely. So it's just like a little quick button, boom. It's telling all your contacts, hey, hurry up and come get me. I'm not safe. I need help with the user's GPS coordinates. So it's pinpointing the destination. Pressing the button icon sends a call, and pretend you need me. I need an interruption. So it's giving different types of text. So it's certain features that you press that will give them different messages. So this text message is saying, call and pretend you need me. So like, please distract this person. I need to pick up the phone and let you hear my voice right about now and say that you need me real quick so I can get out of here. And pressing the chat icon sends an I need to talk text, so, and then of course, a lot of people know about Life 360. That's that's a, location sharing app, free. It's marketed towards families. The app gives users the circle real-time access to locations of the members in their group. If a user ever feels unsafe, once again, they can use the help alert that instantly sends the user's location to other circle members. There's also an in-app chat option that makes group communication quicker. So you want to have your apps in place on top of your driving, because you just really can't, expect Uber and Lyft just to be the safest thing, no matter how often you don't have these trips. I've done this a million times. It's never happened to me. It's going to be that one day when you're that comfortable. You're off your game one day. You're not feeling yourself. You know, whatever is going on with you that day, and you let your guard down in your protection. It'd be that very moment. Lifeline response is another one. Lifeline is an automatic response application, kind of like everything else. To activate the program, user needs to press and hold their thumb on the screen. So it's touch. So you're not even sending the text. You're just touching your phone real quick, and it sends an alert out. The moment the user's thumbs leave the screen, a disarm code will open. If it's unable to be unlocked, a loud alarm will set off, and authorities will be sent to the location of court. So let's say you was dumped off to the side of the road, and you can only have but that one strength to put your thumb on that thing. It's going to make this big, huge sound if you got battery, and it's going to let everybody know, hey, I'm in this area. Find me over here. I'm in the dark alley. And it's free for 14 days. And then, of course, you got a subscription. So with that being said, like I said, that is what is called lifeline response. So this is your lifeline. Like when you're in extreme danger, you don't been hit with something in the back of your head. You don't have any type of sense. You fought this person off, and you're just laying in there in the street naked. I'm talking about those times. We're just not talking about ride sharing at this point. There are safety apps out there, ladies and gentlemen, that will protect you. So, Miss Kai, what do you think about that? You know, all that good knowledge and things like that.
Like I pretty much keep saying, I mean, it's nothing more and nothing less. You just have to take the precautions to protect yourself, just like with anything else, you know, really to make it as simple as just getting in the car and putting your seatbelt on, you know, protecting your life. We can go over all of the long list of apps and this and this and that are trying to take steps into helping you to protect yourself, but you still have to
stay on. You got to double secure yourself.
You got to do it. You have to download those things yourself. So what I'm saying is, it's still up to the person, which is you, to
take those precautions.
Period. Man or woman. Man or woman. Man or woman. Boy or girl. It doesn't matter. And especially with these new you know, the teen accounts and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really scary to me. I'm just being honest. But you know, I understand some people have to take those safety precautions and for their kids, and they have no other choice at times, and I get that, but I still have an opinion that it's still scary just to think about it. You know,
it is because you're putting your child in the, you know, in the trust in that person's hands. And Michael said most people don't like the location on apps, but they will save your life.
We don't have nobody that want to come up for a couple of minutes before we close.
Yeah, we put the link in the chat. You don't have to be on camera.
Come talk to us.
We like people to come, you know, because we don't have nobody doing a show later on. So it's like we got a couple of more minutes to, you know, give y'all some time. Yeah. You know, I know this was a little serious tonight, but it's just like just want to educate you guys about stop being so vulnerable, not paying attention to what you got going on just because you need to go meet up with your boo thing, but you got to be safe to get there and get home. So, you know, you got to be smart. You have to be smart. They are finding ways to figure things out now. You meaning to tell me that people are that off of it, where somebody can just walk up to you and say, hey, I'm your rider, your driver, and you just, okay, sure.
You being gullible, you being crazy, you being unprotected. and you in a rush, and you now you putting yourself in danger. Like, I don't care. There's no excuse. I just when it comes to people's safety, I just, that's just something I don't take lightly. So hate me if I'm, really passionate about that, but it's just I even with, because I watch a lot of the crime shows. I'm into that type of stuff. Investigation.
We got Auntie Pam coming in.
Okay, hey Auntie Pam, come on in. I'm gonna wrap this up. But they're coming. It's simple things like that. Them not knowing their surroundings, just it didn't take much,
Go back to our episode last season where we talked about sex trafficking. We put out a lot of good points about the things that they are doing now, even putting things on tissue paper, or like they'll take something and put it under your handle of your car. Not the Teslas, but the handle of your car. Your hand goes there to touch it, to open your door, and it's something on it to get you to fall out.
Oh, they've been doing that for for a long time.
So there's go back and watch the episode. It was some good gems in that one, where it was telling you, ladies and men, everybody, how to be safe when you're just out there, even if you're driving your own car. Precautions and things like that. So we're not just ride sharing. We wanted to bring the highlights of that, but just period, as a person, pumping your gas, all of that good stuff. But Miss Pam, you joined us tonight.
Hey,
kind of give us,
hey girl,
how you feel about this topic today. Spill your piece.
I want to thank y'all for having shows like this, because people go out there not knowing to be aware of their surroundings, or be just be careful when you get into the live anybody car like that. Because my first exposure to Lyft is when I was in Dallas, Texas with my daughter, and I think she real estate, and I was at the house, so she sent a Lyft driver to pick me up to take me to the real estate office. And me not, I don't know about this, I don't know why you're doing this. So she sent a picture of the guy in the car and all that. And that made me kind of safe, to get in the car with him, because I had all that information. When she booked the trip, she also forwarded to, email where I could see the information also. Even though it was a short distance to the office, and this was like maybe, I'd say about 5 or 6 years ago when I first encountered that, But I've been pretty much comfortable with the Lyft driver, because like you said, you have the driver's license and you have their picture ID. And like you said, if anything go wrong, you could always voice a complaint or do a review.
Right.
But because
those drivers get graded too. We can rate them as passengers.
Yes. I so far had wonderful drivers, both male and female. Me and my friend had driver going to Detroit, where we, went to the game up there, and we actually caught the lift back to the airport. But it's always, if you're gonna do it, it's always do it in, with a group of people. So
Right.
And then me and my daughter did it in Vegas when she took me out for my birthday in Vegas. We did a Lyft driver to the hotel and back, And then of course New Orleans, I did it by myself, in New Orleans. Yeah, going to the airport, from a hotel to the airport.
Right.
Okay. So a bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah. And then hotel valet, they pretty much would help you look out for the Lyft driver, at
the airport.
At the hotel when you waiting on your Lyft driver.
Okay.
The valet,
gotcha. They looking for them.
They look out for it, and let you know that, hey, your driver's here.
Okay, then that's nice. And Mucho Grande said, "Can y'all believe people still out here hitchhiking?"
Oh, that's dangerous.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I've seen it happen.
I've
I've had to
seen
ride
you.
I've had to ride like when I used to work downtown, sometime out or let's say we're going to the games and things like that. A lot of people park at certain airport, MARTA stations and then
Mhm.
transfer into it to go to the stadiums. But
Right.
coming back home to get to your cars and things like that, or you're waiting on somebody to pick you up, it's people that will, walk up and say, "Hey, you need a ride?" Or it's people that's just walking and say, "Hey, can you take me up to the next location?"
I'm trying to cook
Oh
something.
yeah, people are still hitchhiking or
Yep.
picking up people
Mhm.
off, off a random saying, "Hey, I'll take you home." Since you don't have a
Mhm.
Lyft or Uber account, you need to get somewhere
Mhm.
out. $20 to get you where you need to be. Okay, here
Mhm.
you go. You
Right.
don't know
Yep.
this person.
Right. Yep.
Right.
It's still happening.
Mhm.
It's still happening.
Absolutely.
So, Miss Pam,
Mhm.
what's your best, what can you say for people since you've used it before, if anything, just being out and about, safety things that you can kind of tell everybody that, be precautious about. We already named a few, but is
Yeah.
there anything that you could think of in addition to what we already mentioned to kind of keep
Yeah.
people safe, not just with ride sharing, but just being out
Mhm.
in public, period?
Uh-huh. I always say, like you said, carrying a gun or something. My son-in-law Prime, he's the biggest gun enthusiast. So he's got his wife, using the gun and all that. But I say carry a mace in the bag. That would help also. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so if you don't
girl,
comfortable with guns,
You got a
I
mace?
got the taser.
yes,
I got the mace
yes,
and the taser.
exactly. Oh, taser. I'm gonna have to try that.
Because look, I'm
Right.
gonna tell y'all, this man, and I never did this another day in my life because I would have to be at work. This was before I started working from home when I had to go into the office.
Mm-hmm.
And it would still be, depending on the time of the year, it's still dark at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this one particular day, again, with ripping and running, with practice and stuff. And so I remember that night before, I had to go with one. My husband had to go with the other. Well, I was too lazy. I was like, "Oh, I need to get some gas for in the morning, but I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired, right? I'll do it in the morning."
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did. I got up just a little bit earlier, because it's on the way, getting on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So did that, and it's really a lot of people, and it's well lit. And you got your Dunkin' Donut line that's all the way out to the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I'm getting gas, and this dude just comes up to me, like, African American dude, he kind of buff like, and then talking about I don't know what he was saying, trying to offer something so he can get some money out of me. And then he stated that, he was just released out of prison. So I started hollering, like screaming, like talking crazy. And that's when I got everybody's attention.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, get the F away from me right now. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, straight up. I said, dude, like that, get the F away from me right now. So from there, I never, ever waited to get gas
Like
like
that dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just start taking precaution, even, turning your key off, locking your doors while you pumping that gas. Make sure your windows are up. I do not drive with my purse on the seat where it's visible.
Yeah.
Never. Because, if you had a red light and somebody walking past, it's things like that too.
My thing is, what pisses me off about some careless things, I get sick of seeing these, I know you are just running in to go get some gum or something from the gas station, but you're leaving that baby in that car with the car running.
That drives me
And
crazy.
to pick up little boo-boo and them and go in there and do what you need to do. What are you guys doing? And then it's like, it's been too many stories of somebody jumping in that car and driving off with that baby.
Yep. Yep. So many stories.
So we just have to do better with our safety and just don't think it ain't gonna never happen to me. This happened to women. This happened to men. It can happen to Anybody.
Anybody.
You're not safe. And it's like they got it where, you know, we're gonna close it out soon. Since nobody else want to jump on with us, that's okay. They have people just walking around in malls, and it's females, attractive ladies, recruiting these young ladies, like, oh, you know, presenting it as it's a job opportunity, it's a modeling gig, it's all of this, and they pick their victims. Okay, she's by herself, or these group of girls are acting a fool and doing all this in the mall. Oh, we know we can get them. Hey, what's going on? Pleasant face, dress nice, don't look disheveled or anything like that, and get those targets.
Yeah.
Now you got to really let your kids know that sex trafficking is at an all-time high, and it ain't males that's pulling them; it's the females.
Yep.
And people got to be aware the sex trafficking doesn't happen only in Atlanta. It happened in a small city like Columbus or Albany. They can it happen all. I mean, it could happen in a rural area. It's not just open to Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's worldwide.
Matter of fact, when the restaurant, Maggie, that first restaurant situation, kind of in like with a lot of industrial buildings, you remember? And that the first restaurant that you were looking into,
oh yeah.
So when I was going, because I came there by myself that particular night to meet you. You were already there. And I remember it was, you know, you had the parking area that was very limited right up at the restaurant in the plaza, right? So you just get up and get out your car and basically walk into the restaurant. Well, I said, dog, but it was some like off to the side, but it was kind of dark and kind of like looked like somebody could just snatch you, right? Okay. So I was like, all right, okay, I know my location is being shared and everything. And I remember I parked and then I just kind of sat there and I was like, no, even if I have to sit out here and just drive around until somebody move, I can't park over here. This isn't gonna happen. I just don't want to. So finally some said, okay, go back up, drive around. So I drove around, okay, nobody. Drove around for the second or third time that time. And sure enough, a spot opened right in front of the door. Like, because I said, honey, this looked like somebody can just snatch my butt and nobody would know who I am. Because I'm like, because they're going to want to take me. I'm like, somebody going to want to kidnap me. I know this, you know? There's no way. But no, I just felt like, no, because I don't want to put it past that nothing can happen to me. And I don't know who's watching me. You know what I mean? I've been stalked before. And that's a scary and an eerie feeling. I don't care what level it's on. You know what I mean?
Especially these people that putting up everything that they're doing on, you know, like they're putting their life story on social media. You showing your routines. Oh, early grind. I'm getting ready to go to work at Amazon. I'm going to go pick up Bookie at daycare over here at this daycare. Oh man, my kid is at this school and her name is Sarah.
Oh my.
Yes. It's the things, the little things that I think about. That's why I really don't talk about my kids on social. I used to do it, not like consistently like that, but I used to put up a couple of things about them. But when I realized that, especially when my daughter, who's about to be 19, started coming of age and she's, you know, growing into herself, she's like, these grown 40-year-old, 50-year-old men is in her inbox or whatever. So it's like these predators are taking these social media platforms and using it to their advantage. And it's like I just protect my kids. So You might every now see them a couple of times. It might be a birthday shout out or whatever. But I really don't even tell what schools they go to, where I'm at. They say, where you at? Oh, I stay by the airport. That's all you need to know about me. Or I'm from Atlanta, whatever, but you're just not going to get all of my information. That's just my way of protecting. I told you about these pumps. Be careful. I don't know why females like to pump gas with the car running. Even if your man is pumping, have his back and pay attention to the surroundings.
That's what I'm saying. What he just said right there, when I told you my husband is a Mr. Safety, if like we're sitting in the car and he runs into the store, he'll say, lock the door.
Lock the door.
And I remember one time, the first time I forgot, Lord help me.
You went off.
I don't know what, and this is when he got smarter. He came back out and the doors were unlocked. Child, we got into a whole argument. I mean, he just let it go. And I just thought, shut the hell up, man. God.
But it was for your protection.
He was my daddy. I was just so irritated. Like, stop trying to, don't do that. Like, you triggering me, don't do that. But he only did that for his protection. You got your wife and the kids, and he trusted me to at least lock the door. And now, to this day, and that's been some years ago, he locks it.
It's a habit.
And,
it's a habit.
First he wouldn't even leave the key in the car for me because he was like, because you're not going. No, he was like, I cannot do it. But I mean, of course, he leave the key now, but he will lock the door, and I have gotten to the habit of just locking it, just making sure. Because
I'm just gonna teach them to do that. Yeah. So then the kids will know now. Lock them doors. This, that, and So it's like. Not only are we trying to protect ourselves, you also got to instill that in your children too when they're going out, because they're getting older, so they want to go to the movies, they want to go and hang out with their friends and do little things, and of course you don't want to hold their hand and like, nope, you can't do it. You got to give them their peace and space and time, but you got to really instill in them in the safety and paying attention to who you're around, your surroundings. Making sure lit area, a public area. When you meet these people, you got to teach them as well how to be safe, because these kids are learning and growing, and they don't have it all together, So they're just, we're having fun. This is fun.
And
somebody can come right up and take that person, all of 110 pounds, 5'6", snatch them up, and your little friends can't protect you and things like that because they running and scared. So it's like now you got to, learn how to protect yourself. You really got to be careful nowadays. But on that note, we really, really, really appreciate everybody. We're just going to go ahead and give our last sip. This can be anything that you want to talk about. Wherever they can find you, because of course we got other things and projects that we got going on outside of Champagne Confessions. We appreciate you. We're going to start it off with Miss Pam. Let us know how to find you and just a little bit, one last word you want to reach out to the fans and everything for watching.
Okay. I'm on both of the platform, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But also you can find me on Thursday with the Lady Bird of AFN, the new show with all women's sportscasts on it. And so that's the first debut of me doing that. And but I just would like to take the time to say y'all doing a great show. I mean, great job. You. I enjoyed it. It was very informative. And
thank you.
I mean, because people need to know they have to be safe whenever they go ahead and go ahead and do a ride share or something like that. You got to be mindful and you got to be careful.
Gotta be.
Yep.
Thank you, Miss Pam, for the compliments. And Lucho said at one time I rarely see my mom at a light, and I got close to her passenger side door and pulled it open, freaked her out, and got on her. So Mama, you better be careful. You're driving with your car locked. So y'all just take care of your parents too, because they get old and don't know how to use these things, and you got to teach them too. You got to be very careful, just like Pam's daughter took the pictures and everything and tell you it's like, this is what you need to be looking for, Mom, because we know you don't use it. and then she learned it and went from there. So, Miss
Yep.
Kai, last sip, last sip.
Y'all, I'm gonna say it again. Last sip. Here we go, my juice. But look, safety, 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 safety. First.
Mhm.
Safety comes first.
Mhm.
If you like
Have a
Maggie
good night,
mentioned,
William.
if you're not comfortable with carrying a gun properly and the right way, get you some mace, get you a taser. And then I haven't had to use mine on anyone. But what I do every so often when I think about it, I make sure it's still working. That's for one. I have to make sure my stuff is still working. So I'll take that taser out and align it to something, make sure it goes off. It's like a firecracker. It makes a lot of noise, and it's a light. It's like lights that go off with it. And then of course the mace. Just making sure everything works, just to be sure, because I don't want to have to, if I do have to use it and I pull it out and it ain't working, and then I might have to help somebody one day, even if it's not for me. I may have to use it to help protect someone else.
So it's good. Yeah, it's just good to have those things on you. Protect yourself, of course, when you can bring it with you.
Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I encourage people take self-defense class. I'm fortunate enough to work at a hospital where they actually have somebody to come there and show us, something. I mean, how to defend ourselves.
Pam, you chopping people down? Is that what you're doing? You learn how to do that?
Yeah, if I can. I mean, they give you some points or keys,
Yeah.
And then also at my job, I know I got security. So if it's at night and you want somebody to walk you to the car, you could have the security walk you to the car. That's pretty much, that's in the line of the safety,
Absolutely.
Well, self-defense classes is definitely key, you guys. And then go into these gun ranges and just practice. Protect yourself. Like, just take these safety measures seriously. I hope you get something from this episode. But also, I wanted to put in, like she said, we have the Ladybirds of AFN. But speaking of AFN, we have a red and black event coming up in July 13th. Everybody last year, we didn't hear about it. Oh, you're hearing about it this year. So I'm about to drop the link so you guys can get that and get your tickets early in advance. Proceeds will go towards the college school fund. We're going to be supplying all the supply. Who's this? Who's this? Who done snuck up in here?
William.
Oh,
I put him up there.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, Will? How you doing? How you doing? Putting that red and black link in the chat now. What's going on? What you got to say real quick?
Nothing much, man. Anything y'all want me to do is donate, to the kids for the community. I don't mind donating, helping the kids, trying to make sure they go to college and stuff like that. It's all about the community. So if y'all need me, let me know. And I was meeting for the little event, so y'all be in Union City, right?
No, it's College Park. It's right off of Roosevelt Highway. Okay. Yeah, so it's still on the south side. I'm gonna put the link now in the chat. Everybody, click on that link.
Yeah.
At least save it if you can't get your tickets right now. We got until July. You got time, but it's $20. It's gonna be your food, your drink, all the entertainment, the fun. And if William, you went to the last event, you never know who's going to show up. So you want to be in attendance July 13th. Get your tickets early, though.
Definitely.
That way you can already lock that in. Don't be last minute with it.
Nah. You can send it to my Facebook Messenger. I'll get doing it tomorrow. I'm not tomorrow, but Thursday, because I want to get paid, so I can go ahead and get that out of the way.
Okay. Go ahead and lock it in. Set your alarms about it and everything else. Just go ahead and get yourself ready to go. And then,
I'll see y'all in the summertime.
All right,
See ya.
William. Appreciate you. We
Thank you for the
appreciate you.
support.
Thank you, William.
Yep.
Thank you for the support. It's in the chat, everybody. Go ahead and grab your tickets right now. It said get paid, get your tickets. Oh, yeah. Get paid and get your tickets. Absolutely. And I hope, Christy Lewis, you do show up if you in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We want to meet everybody. It was fun. I
It was.
really enjoyed that. And this space here, it's going to be an outside and inside. So you can go sit on the patio. You know, it's smoke friendly. So if you want to go out there and have your cigar or anything like that, we have a little bit more flexibility at this event. So we getting ready to have a good time. So on that note, he said he's going to get it on Thursday. This is Maggie T and Miss Kai and Miss Pam. Check us out this Thursday, possibly. We might bring it up because like it's a couple of things that's been going on in the free agency.
Oh, yeah.
So we got the Ladybirds of AFN gonna bring it on back this Thursday. Don't smoke, but I will be there. Hey, you ain't got to.
Amen.
All right.
I ain't mad at that. On that note, people.
Do your thing,
And I'm out.
That's it.
Peace.
See y'all
Peace.
next week.